It's the most recognizable weapon on Earth. A rifle so simple, so deadly, and so enduring, it reshaped warfare forever. From the jungles of Vietnam, to the deserts of Afghanistan, to the streets of modern conflicts, it has ruled them all. This is the story of the AK-47, the rifle of revolution, the gun of kings and criminals alike. A weapon that became more than just steel and wood. It became a symbol of power, of rebellion, and of survival. This is the Oligarch. Our story begins in the ashes of World War II. In 1945, as the Soviet Union celebrated victory, it faced a new challenge, the dawn of the automatic infantry era. The Germans had unveiled something terrifying, the Sturmgewehr 44, the world's first true assault rifle. Compact, controllable, and deadly, it gave every soldier the firepower of a small machine gun. The Soviets knew what they had to do. They needed their own version. Enter Mikhail Kalashnikov, a young tank commander, wounded in battle, frustrated by the failings of Soviet small arms. While recovering in a hospital bed, he began sketching a rifle that would change the world. Kalashnikov once said, "I wanted to design a weapon that would protect my country, that would never fail the soldier who carried it." By 1947, his design was ready, the Automat Kalashnikov 1947 model, or AK-47. A rifle forged not for elegance, but for endurance. Stamped steel, gas-operated, select fire. It was brutally simple. A peasant's gun, easy to use, easy to fix, and almost impossible to break. By 1949, the AK-47 became the standard rifle of the Soviet Army. Its purpose was clear: to arm millions. Factories across the USSR began mass-producing the weapon. The result: a rifle that could fire through mud, sand, snow, even after being buried for days. Soviet propaganda called it the weapon of the people, and soon it would live up to that name, quite literally. Across Eastern Europe, the rifle spread like wildfire. From East Germany to Poland, from China to North Korea, every Soviet ally built their own version. It was no longer a weapon, it was a movement. But the Soviets didn't just arm their allies, they armed ideologies. The AK became the face of communism, the clenched fist of revolution. The Cold War wasn't just fought with nukes, it was fought with rifles. As America shipped M16s to its allies, the Soviet Union answered with AKs. In the jungles of Vietnam, AK-47s cut through U.S. troops with terrifying reliability. Even American soldiers began to respect and fear the sound of its bark. When you heard that pop, 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 you knew the enemy was close, and you knew their guns would never jam. From Africa to Latin America, from the Middle East to Southeast Asia, the AK became the weapon of insurgency. Rebels, guerrillas, freedom fighters, dictators, everyone wanted one. By the 1970s, more than 30 countries were producing AK variants. From the Chinese Type 56 to the East German MPIK to the Egyptian Mahdi, the Kalashnikov family was global. And with every new war came more AKs. Why did the AK-47 endure where others failed? The answer lies in its brutal simplicity. It has just 8 major moving parts. It can be stripped and reassembled in under a minute. And it functions under the worst possible conditions. Water, mud, sand, snow, it doesn't care. Its 7.62 39mm cartridge gave it stopping power and penetration, even at short ranges. Accuracy? Not perfect, but reliability was king. As Kalashnikov himself once said, "Better to have a rifle that works in all conditions than one that only works in perfect ones." The AK wasn't about precision, it was about survival. That's why it became the ultimate soldier's weapon and the ultimate survivor's weapon. By the 1980s, the AK-47 became an icon. It appeared on national flags, Mozambique, East Timor, Zimbabwe. It appeared in propaganda posters, murals, even jewelry. For revolutionaries, it symbolized freedom. For governments, it represented order through power. And for the black markets of the world, it became gold. Entire economies were built around the rifle. In war-torn Africa, AKs could be traded for food, medicine, even livestock. In Afghanistan, during the Soviet invasion, both sides used it. The Soviets carried the AK-74, a modernized version. The Mujahideen carried older AK-47s, often supplied by the CIA. The rifle had become a paradox, a weapon of both oppression and liberation. Even as technology evolved, the AK refused to die. When the Soviet Union collapsed, its factories burst open, flooding the world with millions of rifles. From the Balkans to the Middle East, old Soviet stockpiles armed new conflicts. Terrorist groups, militias, private armies all found the AK affordable and unstoppable. In Iraq, Syria, Somalia, the rifle became the face of modern irregular warfare. Even today, the AK and its variants, like the AKM, AK-103, and AK-12, are still in production. Each evolution refining the design, but never betraying its core principle: simplicity. The AK has outlasted empires, ideologies, and its own creator. It's estimated that over 100 million AK-pattern rifles exist worldwide. No other weapon even comes close. Mikhail Kalashnikov never became rich from his creation. He remained a soldier, and later a designer for the Soviet arms industry. He lived long enough to see his rifle used in every corner of the planet. In his later years, he wrestled with guilt. "My pain is unbearable. The weapon I created has taken too many lives. I ask myself, am I to blame?" But perhaps he was both, a creator and a witness to the duality of human nature. He gave mankind a tool. What we did with it was our choice. The AK-47 isn't just a rifle. It's a mirror, reflecting humanity's darkest instincts and brightest ideals. It gave power to the powerless. It gave terror to the innocent. It made history, and it shaped the world we live in today. 70 years later, it still rules the battlefield, in the hands of soldiers, rebels, mercenaries, and dreamers alike. And so the Oligarch lives on, unchallenged, unfading, unforgiving, because power never goes out of style. AK-47, designed by Mikhail Kalashnikov, 1947. Over 100 million rifles built, still in service across more than 100 countries. This is the story of the AK-47, the oligarch of weapons, the gun that conquered the world.